the focus on our line.
That's right.
Rusak ganti baru lah.
We'll see it now. For a
Jual
couple of
ginjal
times
itu.
this
Jual ke
playoffs,
Tino ni?
it was alluded to, but eventually
Jual
would have switched
jual
out.
kau ya, Tino ya.
Here for sure, it's Edward versus Kirk.
They're gonna go for this again. Revitalize might not be enough.
No.
And Renegade will go down in that first blood, going to the hands already here for Brusco.
A Hylos may be stout, a Hylos may be durable, but not against 3. Not early in the game, not under 2 minutes. And that should open up this turtle for Fnatic Onic, putting them about a 500, 600 gold here before the turtle spawns. But you also got to consider, this is Asuyo. So again, the whole Sever plus Retribution combo,
Yeah.
you got to consider that.
Yeah, it's deadly. You know what? And I'm just gonna throw this out there too. They want to play in the fact that they just want to go in mid. Actually, Infernal Pursuit gonna be dropped down. Queller fired off as well, but Renegade falls for the second
Aurora
time
guys ya.
at the 2-minute mark here. Now
2-1
this is
sudah.
the clear sign for Fnatic
Fnatic
taking
Onic
this turtle
lawan
here. Unless Edward
Aurora.
tries to do something. Gonna take a couple shots once again. Kirk dunking on him, but ultimately securing this first turtle of the game.
Amazing how this 4-man rotation from Fnatic Onic Philippines
King Kong
are
pakai
able to
apa,
just
guys?
control this northern half of the map, the upper quarter. And that will allow for them to, I don't know, orange Uber their way into an early game advantage. Because now look, they're sending
Hey.
older dudes down to the bottom. It's Doming's turn for a little bit of attention. Let's talk about that matchup right now. Doming versus Kelra, the Moscow versus the Harris. This is a matchup that was actually switcheroo, right? It was the Harris on Doming more often, and then Kelra rocking that Moskov. That's gotta be trippy. That's gotta be a tempo swing for sure for Fnatic Onic.
Yeah, and I think it's funny how this series alone
Kau
has
lagi
been
masih juga ngaco aja ngaco ini ya gitu.
jumping in once again.
Tangannya besok papa putusin ya.
But, yeah, so going back
Yo,
to it, I
nanti
think,
kalau
you know, the
besok
co-leaders themselves, man,
kalau masih main air, papa potong be tangannya yo.
where
Ya,
they've
udah
dealt
pakai
with
tangan
a lot of
lagi
pressure
lah ya.
because of the way the
Janji.
jungler both teams play. But then they also
Janji
shine
tu
when
apa?
they're supposed to, which is that mid to late game when we've seen these games get to that point.
Tangannya.
And I would honestly say that
Jangan
Doming
sampai
and
nakal
Kevin
lagi.
have had great
Apa ni
games when they
jahat, tahu
finally
dah?
get there. I mean, think about
Kita main.
hold on again. Where's Pathway? This is
Jangan
going
nanya.
to cut him off.
It's an ult for an ult.
Think about what Doming did last game. How he adjusted after getting constantly killed from King Kong Soul.
On that same hero,
Yeah.
on that Moscow. And he's taking that same momentum, that same experience and wisdom from that tempo break against Fnatic Onic, from that first game they scored in the series. And they should be off to a good
Renegade.
start, but so far, Fnatic Onic are choking down on every single lane they have their eyes on. Again, for the first 2 minutes, it was top. Now it's down bottom, and Renegade is forced to play baby.
Yeah, you kind of have to at this point. Just with the way that Fnop's moving around the map, you don't want, again, the same course of action for Doming in the early game. You want to have a better time, I would say, farming up, getting to where he needs to be. Second turtle is up here, though. They'll go ahead and start this one up.
Fnatic score the last one. Renegade dropping the course pathway to the back.
Already dropped down, still going for it. Spear Destruction, gonna land. Renegade there.
Siapa yang dapat?
Blitzed it all. Still, the
Oh,
turtle
King Kong, ya.
goes in the hands of
Aurora.
King Kong.
King
Renegade
Kong.
falls
Onic,
again.
ya.
And now looking for more here in the mid lane. UA will slide on through and get out. Good
Tapi
push,
dan
though,
pastikan
on top
masuk
from
ini ya
Doming to get some
Aurora
extra
sama
gold.
Onic
All of
ya.
the energy shields are popped in just in time too. That's gonna allow Aurora to keep that gold lead down despite losing out on both turtles. Edward!
Whoa, that is a
Oh,
whole
Edward.
damage. Good thing.
Hampir ya.
He had to burn the flicker. I mean, one hit, he would have been gone.
Mr. Consistent, ever vigilant, keeping himself alive but barely. That does allow for Dominic to push in. I think that's why Edward was just really throwing himself and just saying, no, look at me, I'm here.
It's all part of the plan.
Psych, my boys pushed up top, so that is the first turret casualty for Aurora, which should open up the map, giving Dominic the green light to switch up down bottom, but too little too late. Already traded for by Fnatic Onic. Up
Here's
top,
the answer, though. They're going to put some pressure on
Renegade.
Renegade. Norris Pathway drop down again, but they want King Kong this time.
King Kong
And UA will be the
dibantai
one
ya.
to get that.
Ini kayak
Once
4
again, that
euro.
orange buff doesn't get it. Kelro will clean it up. Kirk, Super Prince now on the counter play. There's the jump in from Brusco as well. Looking for
Edward.
more. Edward, the first to fall. UA going to be the next target. Has to flicker out. And it's Fnop looking to fight back, punch back on this side of the map. Yue dropping down the RWM, gets taken down under the turret with Kirk. An infernal pursuit between Tier 1 and Tier 2.
And this hole started in the Tier 2 up top for Fnatic Onic, and they ran down Aurora. By hook or by crook, they were going to get something out of that exchange, and it eventually converted into a turret down mid. Final turtle spawning. Lower quarter, Doming's in trouble.
Doming, how are you going to get out of this? Kelra firing off. Brusco, oh, he goes over! Great use of the flicker to dodge the unbreakable taunt.
And the dash. He layered both. Amazing work by the next standard. He straight up changed the zip code. Hand this man a new passport. Oh, SOD.
Alright, he doesn't take that.
Not gonna happen.
Would have been amazing if somehow that spear also got the turtle. Talk about a moment.
Was along the way. But Kesara, Aurora happy with the exchange, happy with keeping Doming alive. And keeping this gold lead to a manageable 2,000, 3,000 ALG.
Habis ya botol langsung tuh obat tuh dia.
The revitalized, the glorious pathway won't be
Oh,
enough.
buang ya.
Man, Renegades having a hard time on this Hylos pick. He's just, I mean, most of the glorious pathways have been all defensive.
That is an understatement. His Hylos suffered a first blood death. He's been putting up glorious pathways that eventually just still die anyways.
It's not very glorious.
It's not very glorious. And in front of his dad too. Mr. Bacarse is here supporting his son. And I'm pretty sure he understands that his son is doing his best, but Renegade, he said in an interview, I'm gonna give it my all. In that grand finals tomorrow, I'm gonna give it my all. And if by giving his all, he has to die along the way, then so be it. I'd rather see Renegade 0-4 than Doming at 0-4 too.
Slash gonna be used. Demon Kite there to try to help him out, turn this tide around. Yue still holding on to the RWM, and it looks like they'll just back off. Not a fight that they want to take here. They know they're outgunned from Fnatic Onic Philippines.
That's what that 4,000 gold lead gets you. And now Kelra's having his way with these turrets. Top lane Tier 2 down. And that's the long lane completely managed by Fnatic Onic. 4 down on. Look at this gold lead on the XP lane. Kirk up by about 1,500. That's huge.
Massive game.
Itu nih lebih tepuk tangan ya dari tadi ya.
Does this not pay true to the stat that Redmar's talking about?
You just can't win.
The Arlot is winless against the Fulvius. The stats don't lie, and now the gold lead is showing just how much use and value a Fulvius can bring to this game, especially with a lead like that.
Almost half of the gold lead is on Kirk alone. And
Lot,
he's a
siapa yang dapat lot nih?
He's a peeler for Fnatic Onic Philippines. That's gonna allow him to bully Renegade out of position. Demon Kite struggling to score anything major here in this 10-minute game. Lord spawning here, lower corner, shuffle.
Once again, they're going to keep together here. Looking for his positioning. Demon Kite just waiting for his moment. Spirit Destruction going to come in. There's the glorious pathway of aggression. Kelra goes in. They're calling a bad position as Doming goes down. Once again, Kirk dunking on him. Renegade falls. Edward on the run. And with 2 members down of Aurora, this is a clear sign for Aurora.
It's a 3 for 4, and they're not taking that exchange. 3 members for Aurora, 4 for Onic. Just the sheer numbers don't add up, and that's what's going to allow Fnatic to make this clean. And look at Demon Kite, just taking what he can on the map, trading off the orange. King
Dapat
Kong a
di
step
Onic
ahead,
yang lot
does the
pertama.
same.
I'm
Nah,
wondering
ini
if
equipment nih guys.
maybe with this game, maybe the way that we saw King Kong do this back in game 2, maybe Demon Kite can play the map. Maybe work enough around the map to try to keep them in the game here for Aurora. But I think part of that is, again, do you let Doming push those sidelines? Do you let Demon Kite do it?
Here's the thing. You want both of them to get some level of farm. You want both of them to somehow affect the map. But you can't do 4 in 1. So you have a paradox. You have a little pickle, if you will.
Yeah.
So I would suggest you keep going with the group. Let King Kong go hunt for Demon Kite much like this. Because Demon Kite can actually
Go 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to duo here.
Like
Spirit out,
this.
that's too much! I don't guess DK can't go 1v1.
I mean, we thought, he thought, and hard way, stepped into the lair of the beast, and found himself belly up.
Oh, this is trouble because right now the focus here, the base of Aurora. Without Demonkind, they'll clear out the Lord. The jump coming through from Brusco. The setup from Super Prince with the RWM and the response from UA as well. Brusco finally going down. That might be what they look for again. King Kong taking a couple shots, working on that tier 2 in the mid. Right now, that's all they get. Looking to pop the holy shields. They do on the top and the mid. Lorcan on this bottom side. Fnatic though, getting what they can off that first floor.
This gold lead is going to get out of hand. No more outer turrets for Aurora. So from about 5,000 expected in the next minute to go up to 6. Next Lord spawning here, lower quarter, same spot. 70 seconds. Okay, change the plans. Maybe it's got to be Doming. Maybe you let Demonkind kind of roam around with the group and then have Doming not exactly cross the river and just farm up.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, wow. Renegades been a punching bag. You know, this is another way to say the hitman right here. He's taking the damage.
He's getting hit, man. It's what he needs to do. And the fact that he stopped at 0 and 5 means he's kind of put it under control. I mean, at the cost of their turrets.
Yeah.
But as the minutes pass by, all the more the reality of a comeback can happen. Yue, Demonkind holding this push, spots by Brusco.
Brusco taking a couple shots from that Soul Sever too, and you know they're doing what you just mentioned. You know, let Domeng push some of those side lanes if he can, but still he has to take a foot of caution when he does it because of the fact that there's the initiation even from Brusco to cut him off.
That's right, and there's an AOG. So Fnatic Onic, they're like an octopus right now. You know, like, you know that an octopus is distracted because it's playing with this little Rubik's Cube over here.
guys ya.
Oh, hold on, Kirk.
Oh.
Still gonna be going. Kirk in
Wait.
trouble. They're clapping down Brusco, front of it all. Renegade cutting him off with the glorious pathway, and that's a defensive jump with the Avatar of the Guardian. Keeping them together. They're gonna reset. Could it be? Lord still worked on here. Is this a moment for Aurora to secure an objective?
Oh, no more key ults for Aurora. And
Renegade
very low.
Renegade in trouble. He was actually committing to it, and they're gonna fight it out. Kelra wants to go. He's working on Edward. He'll get a double kill. And that was all once again started from Aurora when maybe they didn't have to do that, because now the Lord goes in the hands of Fnatic Onic.
They had no ults. Fnatic Onic technically were just down on TKOs, but they were chunky enough to force fights. And the fact that Kelra never left the scene, that changes the landscape, the face of this fight. And now Fnatic Onic inside the base.
Already outside the base. A jump through Yue, trying to buy some time, keep the turret alive. Yue goes down, they hold on to that base turret. They still have to worry about this Lord push though. So maybe that bought them a few minutes here, or a minute at best, but they're gonna have to get ready. They're gonna have to buckle in for this massive push from Fnatic with a massive lead on top of it.
They gotta hunker down. And I got
Brusco!
all the Auroras watching all around the world. Aurora has a less than
bahasanya guys ya,
clearing
kurang
lineup. Their wave
komunikasi.
clear is on the lower scale. They only have Yue. Yue is the only one who can really do these waves quick.
Di atas ya.
Maybe Demonkind if you consider it. But all of them have to kind of punch these waves manually, the old-fashioned way.
And they might even have to use like a final slash in a certain situation to help clear them or manage them the way they
That too.
against this Lord push.
That too. Very important. So you gotta consider, do I use the ult for the fight to deter a push, or do I use it against the wave? Lord knocking on top lane. In comes Brusco.
Jump in from Brusco into the final slash, double reward, middle lanes drop down, and Edward already gone out of the picture. Renegade gonna be next. Kelra gets a double again, looking for the triple on Yue. Goes in, Kirk cleans it up. Triple for Kelra, and Domeng tries his best, but it's not gonna be enough as he goes down. It's a wipeout. Fnatic Onic Philippines clears up, cleans up the game, and gets to match point.
All five get flatlined as they witness their base get broken down. 3-1. 3-1. Fnatic Onic just one game away from taking home the title.
Again, it looks like this team, Fnatic Onic Philippines, doesn't have many weak points. they're able to go ahead and just synergize so well from early to late game, and that's what's dealing, Aurora has to deal with here as they get ready for another game.
You're a freak of nature. Let's hear from an analyst at the Infinix Game Tambayan. Talking about Game 4.
You know what? Sonics do feel like they do have it all covered. Very unlikely here. They're going to lose out even more. What a beautiful performance here in game number 4.
Exactly, a huge team effort, and you can already see who's standing on the on the stage. The clear MVP. Is that King Kong?
That does look like it. Let's double check that later
Let's
on.
double check. Okay, now the MVP. No, it's
Kelra,
Kelra. They all
bro.
have the same look with the haircut, Rock.
That's right. That's Kelra, who is going to be the MVP here. Nigh unstoppable on that Harith. We're looking for him. And you know what? This Harith actually did so much, especially comboed with Super Friends on the real world. Doesn't even need
Kelranya,
Just
Kelra,
slow him
Kelra
down.
guys ya.
And it does feel like Kelra can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, speaking of Kelra, again, the immense positioning that he displayed all throughout the game. A lot of credit also goes to Kirk and Brusco for setting up Kelra because of the first kills actually that Brusco picked up onto Renegade. Mind you, Brusco is a roam Gatot Kacha, picking up 2 kills. And of course, the swerve into the Phobius pick for Kirk worked wonders for them. All throughout the game, Kirk was very present. Even the panel said, even the desk casters, Leo said this, that Kirk was supposed to be the frontliner, but he became a peel for Fnatic Onic during crucial moments, really disrupting the position of Aurora here. And even Yue had a hard time stealing the real world manipulation, and when those moments came wherein he casted the real world manipulation, he was literally out of position because of the threat of the dive coming in from Fnatic Onic.
Yeah, it must have been really painful for Leo to say that, you know what, the hitman got hit, man.
Yeah,
He came
hitman.
a punching bag there. And again, you can't really blame him too much.
It's his
Maybe-
job.
Yeah, that's the job of a high loss, especially for that last one, where these guys are they're built to slow you down, stun you up, and whittle you down so hard. And there's very little that actually can save Renegade this time around. Again, so much power here that was exhibited by Fnatic on the Philippines. Not much of a wiggle
guys,
room
ya.
left for Aurora.
Sekali lagi juara nih Onic.
Attack level. He was really quite tanky, but again, he was still able to dish out a lot of damage. There even came a time that the Renegade was really soaking up a lot of damage coming in, not just from Kelra and King Kong. The thing is, there were times wherein he was taken down just by the 3 of Brusco, Kirk, and
Dado na,
Super
eh.
Friends, and it was more than enough to take down the tankiest hero for the side of Aurora. Making quick work of game number 4, 15 minutes and 40 seconds in.
Could have sworn Kirk could have been the MVP there as well.
Same
I
thoughts.
feel like, you know what, they probably
Okay,
could have
nabato
picked
na
up the
naman.
Phobius instead so that we can maybe just do
Tahan na.
better in terms of that last one. Because, yeah, the high loss really did suffer so much. Maybe they could have swapped out, a few heroes here and there, maybe made it a lot better for him. Actually survive.
And this we're in statistics, numbers really don't lie. Renmar mentioned this a while ago.
Yeah.
Arlot versus Phobius matchup. 0-5
Game
prior to this
ke-
match, now it's 0-6. And
Empat
there
ya,
was a,
game keempat
a
ng
lead, a clear lead when it comes to the XP
Onic.
laners. I believe it was 9 minutes. Kirk was already 2K ahead of Edward's
Yes.
Arlot, so it was really a dominating laning phase for Kirk.
It was also painful to watch that Moskov just try to scrap around the map for any source of gold
Yeah.
that he can. And that's inherently the weakness of a Moskov lineup. You really have to wait for that big spike, which in this scenario didn't really arrive. And while they were waiting for the spike,
Line to kind.
Onic Philippines was taking all of these objectives,
Everything.
all of these 4 and 5, the 3 fights, it went to their favor. It's very hard to climb out of it.
And there was a moment where we thought Aurora's window was really quite opening, wherein they were able to force out a lot of ultimates for the side of Fnatic Onic. Even the AOG was used defensively, but the problem was, but the problem was the slows coming in from Super Friends plus Kelra's dominance again. They were able to take down Renegade and eventually Edward. Then they got the second Lord. After that, you know that it was just time standing between Fnatic Onic and winning game number 4.
Yeah, it was so simple for FNOP. All they needed to do was Void Crystal and maybe another layer of protection there with the real world, then they got the advantage. It felt so easy for them to activate Kelra this time around. And when Kelra gets activated, you saw how deadly it could be.
Yeah, really, again, the gold standard performing at the highest level.
That's right. Rolling over to our analyst. I think Renmar's there as well. Take us through it.
Thank you so much, panels. Renmar here, still joined with Wolf for a very special live episode of the Onic podcast. Well, thank for you there. So I asked you this before we went into here, the burning question. Why pick the Arlott over the Phobius in the last two picks for Aurora?
Maybe they're afraid of the fact that they'll have Phobius and Hylos, two high HP heroes that kind of want to stand in front of the Alpha, a box type hero that also deals true damage, HP based.
Nunggu kita main ini guys ya.
Basah bau sakit lah badannya. Ano, ambil aku dulu. Rokok. Masa sih kok rokok mana?
Can't run from my arrow.
Paxleys are always true to their word. Like a leaf you crumble beneath my strength. I love that stage.
If you need a new spirit animal, need a helping hand? I'm on the way.
Apa nak? Ada kaki. Kaki jorok nih nah. Kenapa bang?
My love.
Bisa nak? Tangannya mana? Kakinya mana?
Got a fluffy friend in me. I am the constellation.
Dance is a conversation.
Patah lah dia kaki.
Say no to panda. I'm your guide to the underworld. You've got a fluffy friend in me.
The lens leads us.
A gentle breeze is enough.
I must not go too far away from the others.
Guys on the way.
Wise choice.
I am the constellation.
Where do you think you're going?
Ready for all challenge. The weak crumble beneath my strength.
What?
You can say no to a pin. This is my attitude. You can say no to a panda. Those who do not rest shall reign. Got a fluffy fire made for destruction.
Tidak ada.
Get over there. Eyes on the way. My music is my attitude.
You can't run from my arrow. I must not go too far away from the others. Where do you think you're going?
Got a fluffy friend in me.
I will slay them all. Life is too short not to dance. We will survive. Do you know what loneliness is, Parker? I can try. Where do you think you're going?
Let a storm whip up the souls.
The snow shall rain.
The weak crumble beneath my strength.
This dance
Bring everything to ruin. I am the constellation.
the lens leads us.
Nanti jorok jadinya, kalau kamar kita kotor nanti. Enggak masuk ke mulut dedek, mau?
Those who do not rest shall reign.
You can't run from my. We will survive.
Udah kunci rambut ceweknya, jangan lupa.
Guys, we're seeing the end.
Jadi nah, kunci rambut cantik itu mana?
I must not go too far.
Kan ganti-gantian tadi Pinus sudah. Boleh ya? Bisa dilepasin tuh rambut cantiknya kan? Kan ada tuh orang mau beres kapan itu ada bumoda. Mana ada taruh di kok?
I will slay them all.
Sayang, Bunda pinjam bentar adik nak ya. Abang, adik kita cari deh ya, yang baru deh ya. Adik kita di depan ya, bang ya, cari depan bang ya. Ya. Udah boleh. Udah. Udah baik-baik dah ya.
Kalau orang beli nak,
Nah, apa katanya?
sudah.
Apa?
Ulang.
Apa? Adik tanya apa?
Got a fluffy friend in me. bring everything to ruin.
Oh iya nih. Iya. Saya kejali.
Reyna, follow me. Get a helping hand.
Oh iya nih.
Boleh masuk hidung dah, kaki hidungnya diulek. Boleh. Biasaan kakek.
I can handle that.
Boleh.
I will play them all.
Kakek
Let
udah
us
lain
storm
ya.
the
Kalian 4 ya. Kalian 4.
Rokok rokok.
Oh.
The weak crumble beneath my strength.
Weak.
I
Yo, Tommy. Tommy. Oke. Jangan 4 dong. Dan Tommy. Yes. Dan Tommy. Yes. Dan Tommy. Yes. Dan Tommy. Yes.
haven't tried all the food.
Makan rawon sesuai daging, maka dia makan pakai 10 ewu. Pegang lu bentarnya nah.
Itu salah, jalan sini bunda ajarin.
Pada tidak
Jalan 3 sini. Mana ada jalan 4? Ada 2 terus.
Those who
You can't run from my arrow.
Boy, udah kaya dah boy. Jadi gabungin wae bunda. Oh iya, itu mau tahu. Sudah aja.
Kalau lempar-lempar yang nak ya.
Itu mau tahu, itu mau tahu nak.
Galon,
Itu mau tahu nak.
sama mama nak ya.
Itu mau tahu nak.
Mana?
Nah, pokoknya jadi itu dikit-dikit aja ya. Ini itu mama kamu ayam itu anaknya
Mama Pino.
anak tuh
Anak bayi mama.
Bunda
Iya nak. Oh sayang mama. Aduh,
not that.
Jangan tak hidung lagi malam mama operasi. Ya. Cik. Mana buncu bunda nih?
tunggu Vita
Buncu bunda nih.
Show me some real talent.
Boleh lah cincin Pino.
boleh kakak itu dekat
Ini mau dulu jalannya dulu. Dia numpang lewat, dulunya. Ya, ulet numpang lewat ya.
boleh
Boleh ulet lewat ya.
boleh
Boleh, makasih. Tak boleh tamu lah, tak boleh tamu ya.
Life is too short
Yeah.
not to dance.
Tamu. Dah, diam. Tak boleh tamu ya.
namanya Vita pakai Vita ayo pakai Vita minum bunda
Minum nak. Mana kau tu nak?
belum bedain adek
Kain adik.
makasih ya
Oh, jatuh lagi bayi mama nih. Jatuh lagi bayi bunda nih. Tak boleh tamu ya. Tak boleh tamu ya. Emang kau dah sampai Uti?
Dekain adik bayi bunda bun dekain bunda
Jadi pernah.
ini gue kuat bun kan jangan dekain adik no dekain adik bunda
Enggak ada mainan tapi pijat sakit.
dekat adik no
Iya sayang. 1, 2, 3.
kakak pakai Vita di depan Pak.
Coba jalan bisa tak nama ibu mama?
Ini adik baru Vita namanya
Ada kau cowok atau cowok?
Vita namanya cewek.
Ini anak muda cowok ya.
Vita
Halo Pinta. Ada adik bayi Pinta. Adik bayi baru. Halo. Halo adik bayi Pinta. Ini Tito.
ini ada bayi kakak
Ini adik bayi kakak. Mana bayi bunda?
Vita
Nah, bunda naik airan dulu.
To shake.
Jonggo jonggo. Yang
hati-hati nih
tonggo tonggo tong. Pakai bantal, pakai bantal.
sini nak Vita Vita duduk dulu Vita
Deng.
Itu
Deng.
mungkin kau. Itu mungkin kau. Itu mungkin kau.
Pinjam lah.
Nggak boleh pinjam.
Abang adik, nggak boleh kayak gitu.
Abang. Sini. Abang Vita sini.
Kita sama kakak main ya. Gantian Nana.
Gantian.
Ya tadi Pino
Pino,
sudah,
Pino
Pino belum.
siapa kayak
Ah, Pino sama kakak lagi.
Belum belum.
Kok Ame?
Nih,
Pino,
apa nih?
Vitanya Vita.
Cepet lagi tangannya nih. Hah? Hah?
Gantian Nah. Sini Pino. Mau dodok terus. Makanan pakai telur dadar ya, udah nasanya. Siapa yang mau dodoknya? Nanti nonton TV. Wah, alah. Wala tuh lagi abang nyamuk, ada lagi itu juga nyamuk. Kita pasang seatbelt, punya Pak Sirip. Kita sebelum main beresin dulu yuk. Pinjam dulu teh, Pak Cuti. Nyamuk kamu udah kemarin.
Don't move. I'm aiming my spears at you. Dance is a conversation. Time to beat them up, Koopa. to dance. Dance is a conversation. This dance is for you. Yo, yo! Time to beat them up, Koopa!
I don't want to die. Take this!
Let's fight, side by side. Don't go away! Our game isn't over!
Not bad!
Yo, yo! Time to beat them up, Koopa! Uh-oh. I'm running out of pranks to play.
Which bird will not fall?
We'll do better next
The
time!
darkness has gone.
Alpha, a box type hero that also deals true damage, HP based, true and
At the gotcha.
1-for-1. Edward did what he could. Edward tried to find more than what they got, but so far it's just Prince. And Prince was more than willing to be a sacrifice. Looking at the item game here. Oh man, that's about 2,000 between Kelra and Doming. And Doming has to consider, do I build physical defense? Fnatic Onic just hurt too much. I don't think he has it in his pocket. I don't think there's enough economy in this game for Aurora to give Doming a defensive item. He needs more they need more damage.
They need a whole lot more damage at this point. And Aurora's gonna have to buckle in for this one, because this could be a victory. March in with this Lord. A mid-turn goes down. There's a flicker from Bruce. Go again. Gets the kickoff. Edward gonna be in trouble. Flickers out of the defensive. They go in with the claws, and Kirk could be in trouble. Real world manipulation gonna be dropped down. But they clear out the Lord. They're able to defend. Aurora stays together and stays in the game.
The light still shining. Faint as it may be, a good old Boy Scout effort defense. They lose their mid lane inhibitor. Up next, down bottom, few shots coming in from Kelra, and they clear the minions. Aurora still in this.
So is this what they need? Is this what they have to do? I mean, clear-wise, it looks like they can at least keep some of the clearing going. Even, let's say, the next Lord, what if it's forced from FNOP to just fight it out?
That's the problem. Counting their blessings, they have great wave clear. Amazing. Almost top of class. But if FNOP says it's go time and they fight, they best hope that they have more purifies than they have. 3 ain't enough, especially since Renegade is still on cooldown. I'm not so sure if they have 30 seconds to waste.
They might just lose all base turrets here. They still hold on to the top one for now. But FNOP, I think they're happy with the amount of damage they did off that first Lord push. Might look for more. Kirk holding on, has a flicker. They want to take this last base turret in. Kirk's going to have to fight it out. Brusco goes in with the kick. They're going to go in. Edward gets the grab, split. Kirk does fall down. Still breaking out of the fight. Renegade goes down to the exchange. King Kong up in the front, taking a couple shots. Conceal's going to keep him alive. With a 1-for-1 trade, Kirk for Renegade, and Aurora stays in the game.
A close call. If some way, somehow, Yue shut down King Kong, would have been a lot of gold swing over to Aurora. They're able to kick out Fnatic Onic Philippines, keep this gold lead to a manageable 6,000, 7,000. I'm hoping that it claps back. Only if they got to kill King Kong, but right now it's going to maintain an 8K gold lead, and still that's a massive amount of firepower you're missing out on. It's a miracle that Yue hasn't died. That's a testament to this young man's technical know-how and usage of space. And let's see, they're out of their base.
They might want to go ahead and fight this out.
I don't know if this is the right thing to do. They're contesting.
Yeah, they are contesting right now. Even down 8,000 gold, is this really what Aurora wants to do?
This is defiance.
Can they get an advantage here?
They're not taking this lying down. Lord here, approaching half health. Massive river push control by Fnatic Onic. Demon Kite taking the Y brush. Oh no!
Brusco jumping in again. Way the dragon right on target, right on the mark. Edward split, and Super Prince is going to be chased down. Domeng trying to find Kelra. Won't be able to get it as Kirk goes down. And they're turning the tides here. But King Kong will get taken out as a double. They the Lord, but Aurora won the fight.
Fnatic Onic committed too much to taking the Lord. Aurora hit a power spike. Aurora laid everything down on the line. And they took 3 out on the way.
Oh, they want to take
alive.
the chance.
They are on the map. All 5 members pushing in.
It's Brusco and Kelra. Can they stay in the game after this turnaround? Kelra takes the claws, and Yue helps clean them up. A forced play from Aurora. Still a couple seconds away. Brusco tries to buy enough time, but the minions are there, and Aurora will be able to do it. They turn it around, and they stay in the series.
Not so fast. The lights may be dim, but they're not out just yet. Aurora MLBB, another one on the board. 3-2. We're going to game 6.
Oh, you can hear the UN, but I don't know. That was just everybody staying calm, collected. It was pretty quiet here for a bit, but what a game.
Let's throw it over to the Infinite James Tambaya and break down exactly what happened. It was very quick. Battle circuit.
The protector of the forest.
Ti. Kami minum to Papa Ti.
Swords for my friend.
Taruh lagi nasi tuh. Taruh meja. Nanti baru langsung batuk sini ya.
Sino yun?
Langsung. Woi, hitung-hitung apa? Hitung duit. Hmm? Hmm? Enggak.
The lens leads us. The
Not
snow
bad.
shall rain. I hope they won't be too surprised when seeing me like this.
My music is my attitude. I am the constellation of fear. I will bring all under my reign.
Try me.
If you need a new spirit animal, follow me. I own the stage. My music is my attitude. Those who
I hope they won't be too surprised when seeing me like this.
Beta, initiate. You can say no to a panda. I am the constellation of
I can handle that.
Beta, follow me. Let us storm. The weak crumble beneath my strength. A gentle breeze is enough to shake.
The lens leads us.
I
I will slay them all. I hope they won't be too surprised when seeing me like this.
own the stage. Let us storm.
You can't run from my arrow.
A gentle breeze is enough to shake the foes.
With our motherland.
Those who do not get ready to be amazed.
Wise choice.
I am the constant. You've got a fluffy. The weak crumble beneath my strength. Beta, follow me. Those who do not rest shall rest.
Wise choice. I must not go too far away from the others. The snow shall rain. Where do you think you're going?
You've got a fluffy friend in me. Let us get a helping hand. I can initiate target scan.
The
โต๊ะเลยสิ
I hope they won't be too surprised when seeing.
You can say no to a panda.
You can't run from my arrow. Do you know what? Where do you think you're going?
Those who
I will slay them all. Well, I must not go too far away from me.
let a storm whip up the souls. You've got a fluffy friend in me. I own the stage. You need a new spirit animal.
I will slay them all. Do you know what? Going in the stage, Sandra?
I am the constellation of fear. Get ready to be amazed.
I hope they won't be too surprised when seeing me like this. I am your doom.
Nothing escapes my vision.
The land.
Ready for all challenges. Not bad.
I will slay them all. Do you know?
You can say
You can't run from my arrow.
I own the stage.
I hope they won't be too surprised when seeing me like this. Wise choice. Rage on, hurricane. Want some ice? handle that. Well, I hope they won't be too surprised when seeing me like this.
I was made for destruction.
Do you know what loneliness is, Tetra? I hope they won't be too surprised.
I own the stage.
Ice doesn't fear. Rage on, hurricane. The snow shall rain.
Got a fluffy friend in me. No road without blood.
You know, with our motherland, here we stand. Rage on, hurricane. I hope they won't be too.
You can't run from my arrow.
I hope they won't be too surprised when seeing me like this.
Swords for my enemies, roses for my love.
I am your doom.
enough to shake the foes.
I don't want to go.
Ready for all. Where do you think you're going? Try me. Wise choice.
No rose without a thorn. Swords for my enemies, roses for my love.
I will slay them all. I am your doom.
I own the stage!
I hope they won't be too surprised when seeing me like this.
has to be handled here. FNOP has to be able to go ahead and contain what Renegade is trying to set up.
He forces out so much for so little. It's economically unfair for Fnatic Onic to respond to Renegade, but that's what he does. That is what the Hitman does best. He did it yesterday against Falcons. He did it the other day against Blacklist International.
Yep.
8.5 minutes in, the Lord is spawning in the upper quarter, and they're making sure that the long lane is
Gonna
good.
get pulled. I'm offended. They're tired of Renegade dancing in front of him now. King Kong jumping towards UA, looking to crash him down. They'll take out UA in exchange. Domeng has to pop the Zaman
Di-comeback
force,
ya guys ya.
but they'll back
Di
off
berapa
after
di game
losing a
kelima ya.
2.
Game
Demon
ke-6
Knight still in
ya.
the mid lane, trying to keep things together.
Ini di
And
OTT ya.
seemingly, Renegade is the anchor being of Aurora.
6.
He goes, UA goes, and suddenly
That's
the,
it.
the offensive maneuvers of Aurora are like, all right, we're back in the backseat. We're back in the ropes. And because of that sudden response by Fnatic Onic, they can't control the long lane anymore. The lane is pushed in.
Yeah.
Fnatic has 1,000 gold up, and they have to find a way to get Renegade back into that flow. They have to trick Fnatic Onic into thinking, we can't do this, not without killing Renegade.
I think this is where you really, again, have to be able to find the mark if you're Renegade. He's going to get spotted out of that bush, so won't be able to play from that angle like he did previously on that last turtle. So still, the stalemate right now for this Lord take.
And what makes this such a difficult job for the Hitman is Brusco. I think you keep your eyes on Brusco, and you already know where Renegade has to go. And they can't be in the same spot. If Brusco gets his way and gets a good hook in, that ruins Aurora's entry point. See, look how Brusco's keeping that pixel brush. That's key for Fnatic Onic to keep this Lord dancing.
All he has to do is sit there too, you know? He's even got that flicker available, so it's a little bit
Siapa ya yang
decides to. They want to go for it, go for that pull with the I'm offended flicker. They can actually set it up, but they don't have to. They don't have to force it.
And the only one who can really afford a hook check is Domeng. Because Domeng has the Purify.
Yeah.
But if you purify that hook, you're missing out on so many other things you need to purify. The AOG, King Kong stun on a charged surge, Super Princess ult. It's literally a bad idea. So that's why Brusco, single-handedly, is also keeping Fnatic Onic in the game here, in the Lord Dance.
They'll still take the calm approach for it. Gonna go in. Actually, there's the pull into the Eternal Guard. The Spear of Alpha, though, from Demon Knight. Will be able to find 2. It's a double for him for now. And King Kong on the defense has to get out. This could be a Lord take for Aurora now after a great setup.
UA was just too much. He dropped bombs, ice bombs, blizzards on Fnatic Onic, and that led to a Lord score. Couple of kills too. And I thought it was a good engagement. I could have sworn Brusco was going to change the tide of battle. I thought Super Prince was going to drop a good ult.
Yeah. This was, again, a showcase of the patience that Aurora has to play around with. Even if it's not Renegade starting those fights and starting them up, if they just respond the correct way with the tools they have, with this lineup against Brusco pulling them, then they can win those fights because it's so devastating. No matter where FNOP goes with this lineup, if they're bunched up, they get frozen, and then a Spear of Alpha or vice versa. It's really difficult to escape that kind of setup. And so how do they approach that fight?
What's worse for Fnatic Onic is they actually want to keep fighting. They actually want to keep playing footsies. But the fact that Aurora hide themselves so well makes it difficult for Kirk and Brusco to find a sure hit.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Kirk's stacks on the Thunderbelt.
Oh, look at the junglers.
It's looking lethargic. I'm pretty sure that's at single digits right now.
Both junglers just handling up that far lane up top. Lord slowly making its way down the bottom. We're gonna have to keep an eye here on King Kong. Which way is he gonna go? Is he gonna look to actually sandwich off Aurora? Lord finally being worked on here by FNOP. Looks like he'll just get the call to go back to base. They defend for now for Fnatic Onic Philippines after that Lord.
Despite this being a small lead at 1,500, I think Aurora and Fnatic Onic PH knows that that's more than the true story. Aurora are controlling the map, and that's allowing them to actually just make plays like this. Whoa!
They're gonna go in. They dive on in. There's the French Glacier again! Able to find two. Brusco and King Kong out of the picture. Brennan J holding down the front side, goes in for the kick, gets the purify out, and again, Demonkind follows through. Rora's looking to cap this one out. They still have to wait for the minions, but Kelra will survive. Not enough minions to end the game, but Rora, do they want to still go? It's all Kelra left alone here.
10 seconds.
The minions marching in, and Rora sees Game 7
That's
in
it.
sight, and they'll take us to it. Game 7's upon us for the grand final.
We're going all the way, folks. We're going all the way. It's a new age in MLBB. It's a new age for the Filipinos. And it's these two teams leading the charge, and this is how closely matched they are. Game 7 in the grand finals. Let's throw it over to the Infinix Game Tambayan to analyze what we just watched.
Let's go! Is there like any way we can just not analyze and just look at the screen like
I told you, Game 7.
Game 7,
Can you help me
guys.
get that? Can you help me get that? Can you help me get that? I'm gonna get this thing. I'm gonna get this thing. Show that off. Show that off. These two are putting on the greatest grand finals we've had in recent memory. We haven't had a Game 7 since Season 7.
guys.
Man, imagine last season was a sweep by TLPH. Now it's literally 50-50, Renmar.
I told you that draft, man.
Scrap the regular season results. This
Toss a
is
coin.
something.
Toss a coin.
Toss a coin.
The boy who lived is not allowing Aurora to die.
The
Yue.
boy who lived.
The boy who lived. Yue. Game number 5, Sicilian. Game number 6, Aurora. And so clutch. These two, that is what the world is facing. These two.
The boy who lived, of course, compounded by the smiling demon right there on your screens. One of the most consistent alpha games we've seen all playoffs long.
And this man had a wide smile on his face because every time Kirk and Brusco entered, Demonkind was watching out. Melt the frontliners of FNOP, and they have nothing left.
And it was easy for Demonkind to do this because he was reserving the Spear of Alpha for... Wait.
Look at that, man. Look at that.
Exactly. It was easy for Demonkind, to save the Spear of Alpha for those crucial initiations wherein Kirk and Brusco was going in because of the aggression of Renegade and, of course, Yue. We've seen the Jeet Kune do not even the Way of the Dragon, just paired up with the Frigid Glacier. Like, those moments...
Oh my goodness. All right.
I just don't understand it.
Sorry, brother Demon Guide. Love you, but this is Renegade's game.
Not for me, it's Yue.
If that, yeah, I mean, Yue obviously, right? But if Renegade didn't play the way that he played today, and obviously Yue, I was already counting on Yue to be like this anyway.
Yeah, now again, I was talking about this earlier where that would, this was a very 50-50 draft. That really just boiled down to who would execute it better, and you saw lapses across all positions. You saw lapses, you saw the nerves coming in from everyone.
The shakiness.
The shakiness of everyone, but again, the experience of Aurora this time around, the experience of Demonkind, Yue in this high-stakes scenarios, Renegade and Edward, they're setting things up for Domeng much clearer, while for Fnatic Onic Philippines, I feel like they're feeling it. They're feeling the, guys, we had this, but now it's down to a best of one.
The light is shining upon the, what do you call the fans of Aurora?
Auroras.
Auroras. You know, the thing is, Valentina, synonymous to Yue, but this time I think it's the Aurora, because literally yesterday, the game-winning play for Aurora against Falcons AP Brown was the flicker in Frosty Breeze from Yue, and now the Frigid Glaciers 3 consecutive times, man. Yeah.
I love Bayos.
He's trying to say it like that.
Yeah.
He's just trying to be really
I think
energetic.
Aurora's really, proving to us right now that I don't know what else they have to prove. Honestly, both of these teams, they have nothing left to prove.
Yeah, that was, again, the most 50-50 draft I've seen the entire playoffs. Ruby, going into that one, has never lost against an Aurora, no matter what position Ruby was played, but that's just me. I know the others have more to say.
Got a lot more to say to you guys. Wolf is not done. Of course, we're throwing it over with Midnight just for the announcement.
It's not an MPL Philippine Finals without a Game 7. Welcome back to the analyst stand. My name is Midnight. I'm still with Wolf. Wolf, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm hyped. You should ask the crowd though. MPL Arena, are you not entertained?
Alright. Since this is the last time we'll be doing this, I know FNOP wants to say something. Fnatic! Let's go, Fnatic! Alright, how about the Auroras? Light within! Alright, we still got the energy here in the arena now to break down what happened in game number 6. Alright, game number 6. Let's head on over to the gold graph that we have prepared for you. Now, it's quite obvious that Aurora, they did lose the early game. Fnatic Onic, they were trailing by a lot. Again, by a lot.
I think at this point, Aurora members are mountain climbers. So now many times they climb mountains of gold in order for them to take it back. However, I still feel that it's the chemistry of Aurora that allowed them to be this way. For example, whenever Edward jumps, there's always the follow-up from the Alpha. And when the Alpha jumps, there's an eventual follow-up coming out from the Aurora, from Yue, which kind of makes me think, okay, maybe the members of Aurora know each other so much they probably finish each other's sentences.
Yes.
Because that's what we felt like in that game. The wombo combos from Aurora were perfectly executed.
Yeah, it's a back and forth battle between Aurora and FNOP. As you can see, both sides held the gold advantage. Even by the 11th minute, FNOP was still holding the gold advantage over Aurora. But what they didn't hold was a team fight advantage. As Wolf has mentioned, it's always the layering of spells, the jumps coming out from Aurora LBB, and of course the true damage coming out from Demon Kite. It's quite evident in the damage dealt department. By minute 5, we start seeing the damage output of the Alpha alongside the jumps coming out from Aurora LBB.
Yeah. And the fact that Demon Kite landed big ultimates in the latter portions of the game, which, by the way, is not easy to do, especially against a team like Fnatic Onic, who knows how to read the map so perfectly well. They know how to position themselves around each other and constantly being caught by the jumps coming out from either Edward or Demon Kite, allowing for Yue to deal the most damage in the end.
Yeah.
That really speaks volumes on how much Aurora's chemistry between their players is.
Just look at the damage output coming out from Yue and Demon Kite. 9.7k on both players, mind you. Minute 5, minute 11, it's been Demon Kite and Yue. And come to minute 13, the last hour of this game, the Harriet was able to put the final damage, the final nail in the coffin to get to game 7. Now here we are. I know at this point we throw every stats, every prediction out of the window. What matters here is who wins the final game, who will be crowned the champions of MPL Philippines Season 14. It's been nice having you, Wolf, here in the analyst stand. But for the last game and for the last time, we will be heading over to the panel for the last game of the season. Can't believe it.
One whole season accumulates to one of the most exciting, the closest grand finals we've had in a long time. Love the stat you brought up. We haven't seen a game 7 in years.
Since season 7.
Years, bro.
7's the lucky number for this whole day, literally.
Yeah.
MLBB being nominated for 7 awards. Now we're on a game 7. Last game 7 was literally season 7.
Yeah. And
What else?
Chandel's casting. So
Chandel's
casting.
Oh my god, you're Chantel and her curse, man!
And, you know, I'm sure the mirror curse is also kind of there somewhere. I don't know what he did.
There's so many watch parties
Too many.
going on, man.
Too many watch
LaFell,
parties.
I don't know if Gideon's streaming. I don't know
I
if
know.
Rex is up. If anyone
were
is
you
missing
here?
this, I don't know anymore.
What's up? What's up, you guys?
If I miss any other casters from all over the world,
We love you all.
sorry, but we love y'all. I'm sure the people in MENA I'm pretty sure they're seeing this right now. The FPL MENA casters are seeing this.
That's right.
Yasu,
Yasu.
Jonas,
Everybody all over the world. Yeah, all the way in Singapore. I know Deadeye's probably watching as well.
For sure.
For sure.
KZ, you know?
Share it, y'all. Let's break
Everybody.
Let's break PCUs. Let's break peak concurrent viewership.
That's right.
Viewership.
All right, all together, guys. Everyone watching right now, help us out. We want this to really be the biggest one.
Yeah.
We want this to be the biggest MPL Philippines season. So go ahead, share it with your friends. I know we don't usually say that here. Share it with your friends. Send it to the group chats.
Yeah.
First time in a long time, Game 7 in MPL
And
Philippines.
it's insane. The last time we had a Game 7 in the MPL Philippines, the two players who were involved in that are here. Edward and Kelra.
Oh my goodness. You can't write it any better.
Reincarnation of Season 7. So guys,
Absolute cinema.
absolute cinema.
That's like
This beats Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes in WrestleMania 40-41. This beats Stone Cold versus The Rock in WrestleMania 19. Ali versus Frazier in the Thrilla in Manila.
Michaels versus Taker.
Michaels versus Taker. The Lakers
right.
versus Boston Celtics Game 7.
Paul
This is
versus
one of the
KSI.
greatest sports events of all time.
This beats Mikasa versus Aaron.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Beats everything, basically.
Beats everything, bro.
Yeah.
We're going into it. We have a VTR, by the way, from Kelra. Possibly the last message here.
Gusto ko makaharap talaga yung Onic Indo eh. Kasi gusto ko makita yung kung gano'n talaga sila kalakas pagdating sa stage. Gusto ko sila makita, lalo na si Kyrie and si Chewe. Tingin ko si Chewe, siguro lamang lang ako sa kanya konti. Ako siguro mananalo.
All right, there you go. So we are in home stretch now, guys. Let's take a breather and just give our last thoughts because we have 4 minutes before the draft starts.
That's a lot of time for last thoughts.
For me, okay, my last thought is whoever wins this game again, you have nothing else to prove. You guys have proven that the landscape has changed. Both of you guys have beaten titans, renowned champions, decorated coaches and teams. So right now, it's all about... I don't know. It's all about.
Dude, you were in a good mood.
I know. But at this point, again, you guys, Aurora, Fnatic, whoever wins, the fans won, everyone won Game 7 in a lot of years. But now,
I'll say this now.
He's running out of energy.
The last time we had a Game 7
Drink something.
was the dawn of a new era, wasn't it?
Right.
Yes.
When VYs moved to Blacklist, when Execration then came out of nowhere.
A big change.
After Falcons, after Bren Esports won the World Championship and even failed to make it into the next,
Essentially, it was from the start of the Philippine era.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, that time, the last time this happened.
Yeah, in this dawn of a new era, it's welcomed like, guys, it's been a long time since you've had a Game 7. 7 seasons and running. Let's put on a show. And there's so many stories going on behind it. The kings of the regular season, as it stands right now, Fnatic Onic Philippines going 13-1, have to go up against a Kingslayer. You have Edward, the last two. Again, there it is.
Exactly, Redmar.
That's what I was talking about.
You called it. Man, you have
You're right.
Legit.
Good memory.
You have a SSD in your brain. 2 terabytes with what you say.
All right, so the
Hopefully I
last
get the
time...
call to M6. What's up, y'all?
We have to read it, of course. The last time the MPL PH Grand Finals went to a full Game 7 series, good memory from Renmar, it was Season 7. 7-7-7 between Blacklist International and Execration, and Edward won that for the free.
At that point, my hairline was still here.
Still lower.
It was
Right.
lower.
Yeah, and
7 seasons later, it's like up here now.
And it was also when it was Season 7. Edward and Keller was also 7 years old.
Okay, they weren't that young.
Okay,
dude.
that young.
They were
Keller was
that
maybe
young.
16, 15,
No, Keller was
14,
15.
15, right?
Yeah.
So that was a long time ago, and that was the beginning of like the Philippine era. Like I mentioned,
Yeah.
that was the beginning where teams were really taking the game super seriously, and the other countries are starting to notice as well, and we were making them notice.
Wait, guys, you mentioned that during that time it was the start of the Philippine era, right?
Yeah, after Brent won the M2.
So does that mean it's gonna be a new era this time?
I don't like what you're implying right now,
I know,
Mr.
right?
Ian.
I'm scared. I take it back.
Let's focus on this championship first.
Okay, I'm so
Let's
sorry.
focus on this grand final.
Or maybe the viewers think so. Let us know if you think
Comment.
there might be some big changes happening in M6 because of what's happening here. Because right now it does feel like it's equalized, right? Onic Philippines and Aurora are on equal footing. One whole game of MLBB to decide who's the strongest possibly in the world.
And I say, I wonder what the odds will be.
that in the 7th game of a grand finals, and Keller is back in again, that he ends up with a Lunox. In the game 7 against Blacklist International versus Execration, he packed the Lunox and got the Savage. Hence the beginning of the Filipino Savage moniker. They lost that grand finals, but they looked like they could have made a comeback with it, with that Lunox. So I wonder, because with how the drafts are going right now, it seems like if I'm Fnatic, Onic, just go right out of the gate. You cannot allow Aurora to get a lineup that shines well in the early. You need a lineup that scales up fast and challenges their mid-game 8-minute, 7-minute power spike.
And if that happens, that's long-term storytelling, man.
Absolute
Absolute cinema.
That's long-term storytelling, and it's also very ironic that you're gonna pick the guy with brilliance against a team that loves lights.
Yeah, that too.
And use it to beat them.
You couldn't have written it any other way. I feel like this is, again, the greatest season we've had in recent memory.
Right.
And this is looking like it's going to boil down to be our greatest grand finals
ever.
We're getting ready for it, guys. Here comes the draft for possibly one of the biggest games right here in MPL Philippines Season 14. And Fnatic Onic on blue side. What about it?
Well, the Suyo is the question. If picks such as the Low Yi, the Edith, will be taken away early or opened up for them, are they going to change? I don't think they should go for a super drastic move in the draft. Chase the power, chase the Edith, or chase the Edith, Suyo, Phobius. Those have to be the first picks.
For me, just give Kirk really a hard time. Don't give Kirk the Edith.
I actually want to see a 5-man mage ban on Super Prince.
Whoa. Just ban out the whole squad.
I'm that dumb. But here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 7 goes into a draft.
And FNOP will take away the Harrod from Doming. Great respect.
Game terakhir nih guys ya, penentu siapakah akan menjadi juara season 14 di MPLPA ini guys ya, antara Aurora atau Onic yang juara guys ya.
Or steal the E from Super Friends.
At the same time, they still have a potential Valentina, so I think the Suyo Gatot would be a good option here for...
Yeah, so we were in agreement, yeah, Suyo Gatot.
Oh,
they
there's
steal the Eve.
Oh, that's the Eve.
Yeah, they steal the Eve. What a move, what a move by Aurora. And they go... They said Suyo later.
No, I think the Demon Kai doesn't want to go for Suyo. I think he wants to go for Alpha.
Oh,
right.
Gatot. Oh my goodness, Gatot Eve Alpha would be great. Suyo ends up with Fnatic Onyx Philippines.
Oh. Alright. So at this point, it does feel like the Edith is going to be so pivotal. Again, you can kind of stretch it out to whoever. But I don't... It's starting to look like Aurora might slide into a bit of a composition that relies so much on the death box.
Yeah.
And that might be a double-edged sword.
If you get your mid right now, you just go Valor.
Beatrix so early on!
That's a big power play, FNOB. But this is what we said. They needed a pick that shines at the 7th and 8th minute mark that counters the power spike of Aurora. But the difficult thing about this is you still have the Ling available and the Alpha for Aurora. Alpha might actually have a harder time. The Ling will be able to decimate. But nope, they still fall with that.
I think Alpha's a good answer because then you mentioned it again. A good power spike for Fnatic Onic would be the 8 minutes, the mid game for specifically Keller with the Beatrix.
They
And what more to counter that with an Alpha pick?
You're right.
8 minute in. As soon as they get the third turtle, that's more than enough for Demon Kite. Eventually, they have a good chance of getting the Lord. But then again, we know the kit of Suyo when it comes to mutual objective, the Sever Retribution combination. It's going to be hard for them. So they need something that could actually zone out King Kong in those crucial moments.
You know, weirdly enough with this lineup here, the problem is they're going to be going up against the Gatot Kaja, which will probably pack a Revitalize. Aurora can go high loss. If they go high loss and Gatot Kaja, Fnatic Onyx Philippines, one of their best picks that they can go for in the mid at this point will be the Sicilian. If they go up against a high loss and the Gatot Kaja,
that turns off the idea of the Sicilian, and they'll be forced to pick up something like maybe like a Vexana or the
Final
Mount,
guys,
of course,
final,
to get away
final.
But the fact that you're going
Game
up
terakhir
against
guys ya,
the
3 sahabat sudah.
Alpha, I would be
Game
terrified
ke-7.
as a Valentina to play into
Siapakah
that.
yang mengangkat
You need a
piala
little
ini
bit more
guys?
range.
Apakah Aurora?
Alright. Oh, what?
Good ban.
That's so deep. That's a deep ban, bro.
Literally thinking about Lilia right now.
That's such a deep cut. They take away one of Super Friends' historically best heroes ever since his MPL Philippines Season 10 debut.
Especially against a death box.
Yeah.
Right? If everyone was grouping up together, Lilia would have been so great.
What is Domin gonna end up with here?
There's still
Just a Claude.
Claude, Luna, Clint. But Tigreal, okay, Renegade secures his Tigreal.
Are they gonna do something surprising from the gold lane for Doming? Are they gonna pick up something like the Alice is just all too close. But right now, the front line, what are they trapped with? Grok? Surprise mid lane Matilda? No. Vexana Aurora is what my head is going to.
Is Minnow a good room for Fnatic?
Too soft.
Too soft, right?
Minnow will struggle here.
Still the Cho though.
Yeah, the Cho, but difficult. They need to go tankier. It can't be pick-off style.
And again, they're gonna have to face against a lineup that is a big ball of. Oh my God, is this the Estes lineup?
Vexana.
Is this the Estes lineup?
No, it's still the Cho.
Aurora, no way, right? No way. No, oh, sorry, Tigro.
Yeah.
Now here for the gold lane. Who is it? Alice?
Alice or Claude?
Are we thinking Alice here?
Weirdly enough, this has a lot of frontline for a Bruno to shine. And Brody. You know, those kinds of heroes.
Did he get picked at all?
You still have like Melissa and Iksha available. It's such a wide pool.
Clint.
Okay, they go for the
It's the
backline
more
burst.
stable guy, closer to your front line. Right? It's closer to your front line so they can respond faster if someone goes through. So it's not that bad, but the range is a little less.
The lineup of Aurora can reach the backline of Fnatic Onic Philippines easier. This puts a lot of pressure onto Kirk and to Brusco to make sure that they get the Eve, they get the Clint. They cannot pour everything onto the front line of Aurora.
There it is. You called it right there.
For me, if Aurora doesn't reach their mid-game power spike, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Especially if Fnatic Onic snowballs with King Kong, Suyu, and Keller as well. But still, for me, 50-50, like what you mentioned a while ago.
All right, everybody, throw out and get your coins ready. Here we go for game number 7 of the Grand Finals.
It's been years since we've gone this far. It's been months since anyone has ever made Fnatic Onic sweat. Aurora have made mortals of gods, unless they're both gods, one game away from winning the championship. Welcome to Game 7. It's Fnatic Onic Philippines versus Aurora MLBB.
Oh man, I had just realized that I have not been part of a 7-game series just yet since I started casting back in Season 8. And I'm so happy that we finally have it here with 2 amazing teams that have been defying odds all season.
Welcome to your first game, and this could also be the first for me here in this bout. Many athletes putting everything on the line. Brusco flickers away.
Again, look at that. Just how locked in both the teams are that even if we have to defensively flicker, Kirk was right there. The other thing that I'm excited to see and point out is as we get a glimpse right now for the gold lane, is it's a classic matchup, right? This isn't the magic gold lane matchup we see a lot of times.
Both Marks people.
It's both Marks people. I love it.
It's what they need to do. And between them, they're both capable of playing these marksmen, right? You've seen a Clint in Kelra and a Beatrix in Doming. Now Kirk gets pushed in deep. King Kong reciprocating the action, taking that smoke cap
Modal,
away.
itu dengan barang orang.
Jason, Renegade just clear it out. Brusco living in tight space.
I wonder how this feels too for Renegade, you know, just he got his hands finally on the Tigreal here, but Brusco is playing his signature hero on the other side. And you know that with that take reel, you have a couple options. Either you respond to when Brusco sets things up, or you can also be the guy on take reel, be a little aggressive. There's the flicker. Good dodge there coming out from Demon Kite. First turtle for the taking here. They're going to start it up. Getting in position. There's the jump, not connecting, but Demon Kite will get the turtle. King Kong goes down first. And now looking for more. They're on the hunt. Brusco should be able to get away, but Aurora comes out with a win in that one.
2 minutes in, first turtle down. Brusco protecting King Kong's orange buff. It's very rare that you see King Kong cornered like this. It's been a while since we've seen King Kong get deprived of his resources this early on. And Demon Kite commits Grand Theft Orange. 1,000 gold ahead now is Aurora. Joseph, I hate to say it, but is Fnatic Onic running out of tank and the gas right now?
I think it's more so this, Leo. They haven't been tested like this. Like you said in your intro to the game, when was the last time Fnatic Onic went through this kind of testament through a series, especially this long? That's where it really comes down to even the mental endurance of the players here.
Then this might be their true
Put it
test.
everything.
Look at King Kong. Slow rolling his theft of the orange. Taking a small camp along the way. Edward catches him. Still a little baby there. RWM.
Gonna be able to get out. Knock up through Kirk. Oh no, he's in trouble! King Kong gets punished again! And get out of my jungle!
They've cornered the beast and slain him twice now. Edward canceling the AOG, getting inside Fnatic Onic's head, and now Demon Kite's gonna clean up house. They're about 2,000 gold up now, and the second turtle hasn't even spawned.
This is pretty crazy because for a player that is so integral and part of the success of FNOP,
That's the regular season MVP.
that's the regular season MVP. He is now falling behind in terms of trying to keep up with the pacing being set. And Demon Kite has adjusted throughout the series, got his hands on this alpha, and is just proving to be a nuisance. Sometimes he doesn't even get caught because he defensively uses the Sphere of Alpha.
And then re-engages. Turtles up, and just as quickly taken down. Aurora, 100% turtle take rate, 4 minutes in.
Oh, this is trouble right here for Fnatic Onic. They're going to have to go ahead and just kind of buckle up at this point. We know the statistic, 2 turtles back-to-back for a team, what they can do for the early game into the mid-game here. So they might try to, scrap up what they can. You can see the placements here for King Kong, where he's going. Even though we got punished last time, he doesn't care. He's still going to be in the jungle of DK.
And that's what led him to be such a successful jungler in the regular season. Continue playing the map. Continue finding resources until you can get there. And in this series alone, in this 7-game series, we've seen him do this with a Nolan.
Yep.
Now, with a Suyo, that's a whole nother story. Looking at the item game, about 1,500 between Kelra and Doming. Dear God.
Whoa,
Doming is on a gold mine. Where did he get all that money? Where is it from? Because everywhere else it's equal down the middle. Aurora successfully funneled everything to Doming.
That was nearly just the farming and all that turret gold.
The shielding, and I guess he was double laning.
That's I don't know, man, that's a smart cowboy right there.
It's a rich cowboy.
That's a rich cowboy right now, because they're going to have to deal with that. He's also now on the top side, so they're just going to leave him alone, let him do his thing, don't make farming up. Fnatic will push that bottom turret themselves. They can't get it fully just yet because they can't overextend, and that's another turret now in the hands here for Aurora.
Green for Aurora. So far, top lane tier 1 taken down. Bottom lane down. The map is shrinking for Kelra. And King Kong just struggling to keep anything in his own jungle. His retribution still on point, but that means all turtles, they're conceding over to Aurora.
This is going to be a 3 for 3. I'd be surprised to see FNOP try to fight this, but they don't even get a chance. It's so quick to go down here. This is looking really good for Aurora right now. Nice comfortable lead at 2.6, almost 3K up under the 7-minute mark. All 3 objectives in their favor, and they can play around the map now as they set their eyes on the tier 2 here at the top.
You mentioned earlier how Brusko's think he can actually play both offensively and defensively. I don't see him playing defensively or reactively at all. If anything, his mere presence is sending shivers down Brusko's spine. Brusko can't even cross the river right now. That's not what you want to see in a show.
That's not what you want to see, man. And maybe, you know, this is now up to King Kong to just play the map.
Kami jangan
He's
lagi
gonna have
isi
to
kan?
do the best he can, but I'm even worried for him because if he does, if he's pushing somewhere else, there's so many tools to go ahead and try to
Batu
catch
itu
him.
sakit perut udah
And that's
sakit.
exactly what they're looking to do now. Ren and Jay still going to be used. King Kong will spawn him out with the Queller. But now, again, tier 2s are being pressured. We saw Fnatic Onic do this even the previous game this early on. Mid lane, toss up from Kirk. From a Raptor, Demon Kite won't land the Spear of Alpha. They still want to fight. Eternal Guard going to be dropped down today. They're going to try to fight. There's the kick coming out from Brusko. And Renegade goes in, finds the lockdown, and Demon Kite's taken out by Kelra. They're still hunting for Kelra. Domang falls. Kelra trying to buy time. Yue and Edward chasing him down. Kelra will be able to get the space he needs. Aurora loses 2.
The gold standard gets away with murder. Fnatic Onic's first win in this 8-minute game. 2 kills, 1 on DK, another on Doming. Those are the 2 perfect targets. Everyone else is just an accessory to Aurora's success right now. That is what Fnatic Onic needed. How did they set that up? An amazing play. It started with Kirk playing footsies, faking it, Primal Wrath. All right, they engage. Pop in the rules manipulation.
Kok masih juga main-main, bobok lagi bunda marah, bunda congkel atau apa itu?
You got to watch out for. I mean, he even used that flicker, right? So they're not going to have a couple of these battle spells that fight Aurora. Start things up. They know they have advantage with the ultimates that they have.
That's
all of them in there.
Lord now out of 10 of his health. They're going to go for it. There's the jump on in. Renegade going to be in trouble. And Demon Kite gets the Lord. Spear of Alpha going to be able to lock down King Kong and Brusko. Edward trying his best, but he falls next. The 2-for-2 trade. But Aurora gets the Lord.
Damn straight, Joseph. At the end of the day, Aurora win that trade. A roamer and an XP laner for a Lord, the opposing jungler, and the roamer. The checks out Aurora maintaining composure, recovering from that 2 free kills that Fnatic Onic scored about a minute ago. Looking at the items. Luckily, Kelra has been farming. He didn't die in that exchange, so he's now just down about just under 1,000.
Yeah, I still got some catching up to do.
I think there's a future here. I think if some way, somehow, the Sonics just pour everything on the gold standard, on the Filipino Savage, he can get over his trauma from losing to Edward 3 years ago. He can get over his trauma losing to Demon Kite 2 years ago. It's got to come here, now, culminating in this moment.
They're all going to have to lock in here on the defense. Even if it's his first Lord here, they should be able to work through it. Another turret going down. Fnatic Onic holding on to what they can. Holy Shield still actually up here on the top side as they clear out the minions and keep the shields alive for now.
Even in mid. Key use of the magic flare. King Kong in no man's land. He's in the pixel brush. Oh, he gets spotted.
Spots him out.
Luckily,
no tricks.
A quick tap of the surge will get him out of there. But if it was any other position, if it was in the big river brush, they could have flickered and caught him.
I guess King Kong is in a...
Congkel yung matonya orang ni, Mon.
He's got to take a little bit of risk.
He's going to have to act as a threat magnet. If he's not in the base, and he's not where Aurora can see him, that means he's up to shenanigans. So Aurora have to clamp down on that. How much they give to stop that depends on Aurora, how much they're willing to. Because right now, that's all King Kong can do. He can't join fights. He can't front. He can do some level of damage. But he's not as big a threat as Demon Kite. Demon Kite is a wall. Demon Kite is a house compared to King Kong.
I would say if they can dodge... Like, one of the biggest things, obviously, is the Avatar of the Guardian from Edward, but... The Spear of Alpha, it catches multiple members from Fnatic Onic, they're in trouble. And that's why they have to almost utilize, like even the Eternal Guard, if it's dropped down at the right mark, to kind of help heal if they need to or initiate, that's what's gonna help them win the fights.
Oh wow, slow push up top. Couple of rogue minions left over.
Ngapain tuh?
Onic popping that holy shield too. There is some Sonics all around the world watching. Fans in the Philippines, fans in Indonesia, fans all around the globe. Watch closely. This Lord Dance might be the last. Purple getting secured here by King Kong first.
Tapi Hidayat.
Down to 10.
Are they going to get there in time? Brusco jumping in the back. This guy will get the Lord in the exchange. They're trying to run for it. They cover down the fire. Brusco flickers on out. No one goes down, but Demon Kite finally a Domeng flickers forward and gets Kaura. One for one, but the objective here for Aurora.
It's the same situation. Deja vu. One might argue a 1-for-1, but Aurora walks away with a big one. The Lord, the enhanced Lord, marching through mid. No holy shields. And they have to defend the hard way.
They're going to be able to clear this out. Kaura will be back up in time. What does Aurora still want to look for? Or is that all they're going to get? Brusco might try to make a play, goes in. Not going to be able to find the connection. Brusco's in trouble. UA again, turning things around. And now without Brusco, they might lose the base turrets next.
It was too risky an angle. Not enough of a distance to come in and catch a good side. And now Aurora sending a wave down bottom. Fnatic Onic defending for their life. They need to hold out. They need to extend this 4-5 more minutes into the next Lord.
They keep it together. Base turrets still up. A little bit of a desperation trying to set things up. It didn't work out that time, Leo.
Brusco believes that you miss 100% of the shots he don't take, and he took his shot, and he is not throwing away his shot. He's young, he's scrappy, and just like everyone else in his team, he's hungry for this victory. Grand Theft Purple by Demon Kite. Slowly but surely ballooning this lead up to 1,000, approaching 1,500, 14 minutes in. About a minute until the next Lord spawns, lower quarter. Luckily for Fnatic Onic, that is the long lane for them, wherein it's the softer side of the inhibitor. So, you know what? Maybe Brusco should save those big ticket kicks for the Lord fight.
I agree, you know, and I think that last attempt, knowing that they could have just gone for it, maybe something happened, but if we saw a preview of the Lord fights like the last one, what do they have to change here? Because it didn't go that well for them.
Started before the Lord begins. I think Fnatic Onic have been relying on the turn a little too much, and Aurora have smarted up to it. Aurora said, enough is enough. You've turned on too many people in the regular season already.
They just pressed the gas.
They just press the gas, they lean into it. And Aurora are so good at the turn. They're so good at welcoming Fnatic Onic into their own pit, into their own ring. And that's what this lineup was made to do. The Tigreal, the Eve, the Gatot, the Alpha. Dude, all Dominic needs to do is clean up all these criminals.
Yeah.
all these rogues.
All these rogues. It's about to be high noon. Actually, it's past the high noon at this point. Game 7. Past 15 minutes. This Lord going to be crucial for either team. It's a half health. Brusco and Kirk
now a third.
Going down the front. Kelra not going to find the Renner shot. Eternal Guard going to be dropped down. They get that out. There's the implosion coming out from Brusco. Brusco could be in trouble. They're trying to get the zone, but King Kong's out of the picture. Again, Super Prince gets the Lord. Fnatic on the Philippines trying to withstand the fight. Edward jumps into the backside. Brusco will kick him in the face. And Edward's still alive until Kirk takes him out. It's a battle in the mid lane. But Kaura shows them the shot to the face, and they're on the run to the defense. What a turnaround.
Starting with the Monster Mage, the Lunatic Prince. Total anarchy in the Lord pit. He took advantage of that. He had eyes on the prize. And the Enhanced Lord walk for Fnatic Onic Philippines. Back to back with Ultra Instincts on Kelra. He had eyes on the perfect target. He knew King Kong was gone, so he protected himself, kept himself scarce, and then started shooting for the high heavens.
Edward and Domeng will be back up here to try to stay in this game. Lord still has to be worked on, and it looks like they're only going to get the base turrets. Talk about the poetry of securing that Lord with the Eternal Guard from Super Prince.
The back and forth, the ebb and flow, the beautiful and brutal exchange between these two world-class athlete teams. If you're not watching this right now, you're missing out. This is what you pay attention to if you want to see peak MLBB. And the only thing between them is an inhibitor and 2,000 gold. How? How is it that close? Yet still seemingly both teams engage as if their lives depended on it.
Leo, I'm not even complaining. We are here on the desk and I am entertained. I wouldn't want Game 7 to be any other way than how this has been for the past 18 minutes. And it brings us back to that. The Lord coming up in a minute. Are they going to try to make a play? Are they trying to get a numbers advantage? Because now the defensive items come into play with this.
Now they start juggling. Demon Kite just picked up his immortality. Demon Kite also has a winner crown, so he can jump in. Spear of Alpha, front, and then come back, deal extra true damage. Fnatic Onic have to accept that fact that the box does not belong to them. They have to play outside the box. They have to bait the box. They have to live in the box to be able to understand how Aurora do it. And look at the damage dealt by Yue. It's just so sticky. A box, the real manipulation, but Super Prince is a one-of-a-kind mage. Super Prince comes from the same DNA that you, Sanji, Yue, Sans, they're all the same breed.
They are, man, and they come in clutch when it's needed most. And that is a huge factor for both these ends, both these teams here.
Lord has already spawned, upper quarter. This is an evolved Lord. Dare I say, whoever scores this might as well take home the championship. River Control going over to Aurora first to the scene. They do take the Little Wanderer. Renegade still has his flicker, still has his immortality. So there's a lot of engage on Aurora. How does Fnatic Onic juggle all of those factors?
Really be either team here that decides to start things up. King Kong will make his way to the fight. Or is he going to try to push and play something else here?
Lord might get soft reset here.
Where's King Kong going?
There it is, King Kong taking the long way around. Flanking from the east. Domin can't see. Demon Kite either. Renegade pushing them back in. Lord down to a 10th.
It's down to the 10th. He might be too late. Lord already secured the jump in from Edward. They might call the fight. King Kong, is he going to go for Domeng? Takes off a couple shots. He gets the Wind of Nature out, but he'll disengage. The timing wasn't right for FNA.
Fnatic took a second too long. They had the set up. King Kong couldn't get there safely and fast enough to be able to get the pincer. Aurora scoring the Lord. No casualties either side. Not even a flicker spent by Aurora. There was one on Kirk in trying to jockey for position. Looking at the items, both marksmen refuse to go barefoot. Both marksmen understand that rotations are the name of the game. It's the map. And what's King Kong doing? What is this? Joseph, is he back? Is he going for the back door?
He looks like he might be. He's actually just going to handle that wave. He sees the retreat.
He sees it. They see it. He has to go home.
He has to go home. He's got to go home. They got to defend here. Lord's going to be worked on. Eternal Guard already dropped down. There's the box once again. The AOG is going to be used. They're clearing out the minions. Edward trying to get out of the Spear of Alpha coming out from Demon Kite. Kirk gets the killing spree and Edward goes down too. And the explosion comes through. And they turn it around. 4 members of Aurora are down. And Domeng will try to go to base. But FNA, after a decisive team fight victory, will prep up to march in. And Domeng, he can't even get back to base in time.
It's all on him.
It's all on him. From a dominating regular season to a hard-fought grand finals, the Sonics will not be dipped by the likes of Aurora. They stand unbreakable.
And new LPL Philippines champions, Fnatic Onic Philippines.
I said it before and are too damn good.
They are a force of nature, seemingly unstoppable. Since the season started here tonight, they were made human, but they were also made immortal. Tonight, they claim their kingdom. Kelra is now crowned.
Aurora finally got the coveted championship he's been after for so long. Golden, Super Fritz, Golden, Kirk, Golden, Brusco, Golden, King Kong, Golden, and let's not forget Kelra.
The Filipino savage, the gold standard. Through the leadership of Coach Hayes and Coach Why Not. Spider Miles ever the supportive teammate. And their management led to this moment.
What a run, what a season, what a grand finals we had here, man. So good, so competitive. Even on the other side, you gotta see it, you gotta love it.
They are the heralds of the new age of MLBB. They are the new standard bearers of the Philippine play style. These two took us to Game 7. Aurora MLBB, a threat on the world stage. No one can take that away from them.
Oh, man. Again, Aurora, they were doubted.